Alright, hey y'all, welcome back to the thing with Ashley. I'm Ashley. We're gonna do a reading. This is a collective reading. I'm just deciding which order to do these in. This is a reading for the rebels, the sacred rebels, the people who are here to make a change. If you're on my channel, that's more than likely you, but some of us are in different... We're all in varying degrees of that. So we're gonna pull from synchronicity first and foremost to get the vibes of the energy. Oops, I forgot to put this back in the yin yang oracle. So we do have water coming out, but I'm not gonna take it because we already got it for a bonus reading. I'm gonna put it back where it goes. My bad. I feel like we're gonna need to use this one too. The fuck was that sound? Alright, so we're gonna use synchronicity and then we're gonna use the sacred rebels, and then from there we may use the wild child deck just to see if there's lingering stuff, and then we have the divine doors to finish us off and get us into the next chapter, right? We already have like 7 cards, 6 cards. I'm not putting a limit. Okay. I'm gonna... Nope. It needs to fall on the table. Sorry. Anyway, how's your day today? I was gonna start a new project today, but I just didn't have the energy. I was doing a whole bunch of other wake, bake, and makey kind of shit. Alright. I'll start later tomorrow. The day of rest. Alright, anyway, did do my nails. I got orange with a little glitter. Glitter, glitter. We're going to start with block to get this shit out of the motherfucking way. And then we're going to go with storm as well. Get these shadow aspects on the table. So I guess the whole rest of this reading is going to be about whatever's blocking you, how we're going to move through that, right? Because I was called to pull from the divine doors. So... I mean, it feels like, yeah, there's something blocking something. And yeah, it came out. Alright. Child came out, which is what I was feeling for this wild child deck. Bravery. I just watched the movie Brave today. It was cute. It was not what I expected at all. Oh, whoops, my bad. We do have sorrow here as well. I'm going to put all of the shadow aspects together. So we've got blocked, storm, sorrow, and then we have bravery. Then I'm gonna pull these two because they go together like P, B, and J. We've got wisdom and intuition. Depending on who you ask, they are essentially the same thing, right? The Adventure by Angels and Airwaves is playing. Okay, so your intuition and wisdom, okay? Then we have roots and child. And then we have joy. Right under sorrow, so that works out. Cute. Here I am. We've got spring. Whatever seeds you're sowing or planting. Literally or metaphorically, you know, ideas and stuff. We have winter coming out, so we have winter and spring. No, fuck no. Where are you gonna go? I am so fucking sick of being a mother. Exactly. There's nowhere to go. Gratitude and soulmate. Okay, I don't have an even number, and that's it's like freaking me out. I'm gonna pull one more because I can't stand it if it's not even. Creativity. Okay, yay. All right, I'm gonna put those over there because I don't have any room over here. All right. I'm gonna try and keep this around 20 minutes. Nobody watches these, but I keep making them because eventually people probably will, right? Beer. Some people are like, don't watch readings by people who are drinking beer. Some of us vibrate so goddamn high that we need to get down to the same fucking level as some people, okay? Calm your tits, everybody. Wanted to say Calm Your Tits Becky, that song that Beyonce made from that Lemonade album. Wasn't there a Becky on there somewhere? I also have beef with a Becky, so could be a thing. Anyway, we're gonna pull from the Sacred Rebels quick and just get some insight, and then we'll take a look. Whatever creativity, maybe you're having creativity blocks. Whatever storm you're experiencing could be past, present, or maybe even feeling like there's a potential storm coming. I'm not sure why. I feel like because it's next to this sorrow that like, for past, future, I mean, we all go through storms here and there, but because there's so many avenues or like pathways here, that's why I feel like I'm being called to, I don't feel like this is something that you are, I mean, maybe it's something that you're currently experiencing, but with this block coming out first, maybe the storm is coming in to clear up what you need. Who knows? Storms do that, right? Sometimes they topple shit. Maybe it's time for that to happen. I don't fucking know, okay? Big, bold vision. I would say whatever it is that you are experiencing, this bravery is like screaming to me. It's the only red card out. Red is your root chakra. So that's where you feel safe or, you know, courageous, right? With this big, bold vision coming out, these two are speaking to me together. It's a very pensive stare from both of them. This one has a little bit of concern. Hunger Games may be significant because of the Archer. The movie Brave, I already mentioned. Also, maybe you're doing some connection into like lineage. I am as well. I just bought myself archery. I'm getting in tune, in touch with my European, but not Europe, or not English. God, this kid's gonna come in here. He's kind of driving me crazy today. I have an onion. Did you know that red onions can suck out negativity in the air? So I have a red onion next to my bed. Well, I did. And little buddy went all Shrek on it and peeled it all over the fucking bed and nightstand. And I am less than excited about that because now my bed smells like onions. The word wants to be written. Should I write this? No, I'm kidding. Journal, making lists. Do not. No. I'm not in the mood for this right now, Niall. I'm already upset with you about what you did with the onion. Now I'm trying to do work. In the world, not of the world. Visions of life beyond death. Maybe you're getting access to your clairvoyancies or clair abilities. I've done a lot on that. It can be a very daunting process. So if you need to, go check out some of the shit I've already made. Like I said, this is for the rebels. Maybe that's the reason you're feeling blocked. Maybe there's fear around accessing your abilities or your gifts. Because we have blocked, storm, sorrow, bravery, intuition, and wisdom. That's totally the story of, like, others looking down on you doing that, telling you not to do that, right? Getting like too much external. People are dumb, right? And I always talk about the crabs in the barrel, about when people see you like elevating, they're gonna pull you back down. That's exactly what this looks like to me. And with creativity in that same line, I mean, that's what it's gonna take. It's gonna take for you your enough courage to trust your intuition as your innate wisdom. Recognizing that you are given gifts. I mean, I truly believe that we all have all of the clair abilities, all of like psychic telepathy. I believe everyone has those abilities. but only some people go through the process of awakening those things because of indoctrination, because of, you know, the lower vibrations around us, the distractions and everything. So if you are receiving visions, you may be getting visions in your dreams. There may be some inner child work that's necessary here as well around joy and roots. Maybe you were uprooted as a child from these gifts. I know that was part of my experience as well. Having spring and winter here in that order is interesting too, because it feels like maybe you were forced to close down, right? Because, you know, it goes winter, spring in natural order, but having spring come out and then winter, maybe it was like whatever you planted, whatever seeds you were, whatever, I mean, seeds again as a metaphor, right? Whatever projects, ideas, gifts, things that you were doing, someone made you freeze them over. But there is this gratitude with this bird here, speaking to this, like, ability to liberate yourself, right? Like, birds are very much for freedom. And again, remember that you are in the world and not of the world. This world sucks. It's like so dumb. Okay, every journey starts with a single step. Again, speaking to this sorrow, whatever sorrow you're feeling about this situation or your loss of ability, recognize that you can make other decisions. There's other pathways, you know, and you don't even have to stay on the path. That's a decision as well. I always say that. I gotta open this because he went outside so I can mother. The gate is right here. Anyway, new birth, guarded vigilantly. I think that's what this is speaking to. Like, whatever harm, you know, if you had been like peeped as a rebel or as someone different. There's a lot of millennials talking about how they did the gifted and talented program in public schools. I don't remember doing that, but I know I have gifts. So I don't know. I know I was part of MK Ultra when I was inside the institutions. They did some mind programming to me. I'm pretty sure they put a chip in me, but I don't really talk about that shit because everyone's like, "You're crazy," and I'm like, actually, it's crazy that you think that they wouldn't do that. So anyway, whatever. Come to life and defend to the end the worthwhile. I think that's the thing. I feel like this is about a reawakening, which, you know, was my intention initially with the audience. I said that this was about for the rebels. And I feel like with this bravery and defense, I mean, you're being encouraged to step into it, but don't allow anyone to take this stuff away from you again. And that's what I had to do. I had to let everyone go. Every fucking buddy in my life. My mom, everyone in my family. My mother was the handler, the main handler. She was the one that kept putting me in these situations. Kept trying to keep me tied up in this. Didn't accept my gifts. So if that's your experience, you know, if it's someone close to you, I mean, she got my husband on board when I was married to him. I mean, we are technically still married, but like when we were actually together, I mean, they put me through it. I mean, 2017 was, I mean, it was only like 6 months, but that was like, it felt like a test. So if you've been in the system, if you've been through like any sort of justice system or the gifted and talented program, or you know that your gifts have been studied at some sort of level at some point in time, the only reason I've gotten comfortable sharing my gifts at this public level is because of TikTok, because there's so many other people who, you know, were given the ability to be themselves by their families and friends, and they have paved the way for those of us who have experienced intense trauma around this stuff, to feel safe enough to, you know, unlock those again and also use them for the greater good. And that's the reason we have them. We have these gifts, we have these ideas, we have these creativities, we have all of these things because of our volunteering and willingness to come here to this planet at this time and support the human collective as we are up against this global Nazi regime bullshit, you know. We're all here to support the uplifting of humanity, to encourage people to come into consciousness, encourage people to get back in touch with their heart, with their love for life, with their joy, with their creativity, with their childlike wonder. You know, put those roots down, find the other people, like soul family, trusting your intuition, you know, remembering the stories of those who have come before us and honoring that wisdom, right? And that's the process of coming back to life. And she's like drawing on herself. Reminds me of me with my tattoos. Alright, I did just pull 8 from the Wild Child deck. So we have Beehive. Again, liberating ourselves from this beehive or hive mentality, peer pressure, not doing things just because everyone else is doing it. That's the bravery, right? We have to get to that point where we're not afraid to stand alone. We're not afraid to be called crazy. What people say about you is none of your business, and it's more than likely a projection on how they feel about themselves. It literally has nothing to do with you. A lot of us have experienced this space of reverie, which is like a disassociation. This feeling of seeking home, even though you're at home. Like never feeling like home is anywhere, right? And that speaks to this roots, right? And this card as well, in the world, not of it, right? The deer from the Synchronicity deck is the card for gentleness. It didn't come out, but be very gentle with yourself in this awakening process, this reconnection process, this reclamation of self, of gifts, of soul. Tend to your inner garden so that you can be just this beautiful blossom. And again, this is speaking to this process that we talked about with spring coming out first and then winter, like being forced to freeze whatever it is. You guys remember when we were little? I don't know who's watching, but we used to play this game of like freeze tag or whatever. We like had to like stay in place. So it's kind of what that's giving. So tend to your inner garden with joy, with the childlike wonder, with rainbow, with rainbows come after storms, right? So we have storm and sorrow, and then we have a rainbow. And rainbow is also present here with the fox and creativity. Don't be afraid to play. Don't be afraid to be a little mischievous. Respectfully. Hold on. I don't like it when people drive through the alley. It drives me crazy. I'm the only one. No, I'm kidding. Alright, the tree remembers. Amber. The tree remembers is these roots, right? I always tell us, the trees, you know, we're just like trees. We grow always, ALWAYS, and always, 2 words, ALL. I'm not going to spell ways for you again, you get it. I've been teaching Niall about the trees. Go outside and talk to the branches, especially now that the leaves. Give them compliments, like, oh, your leaves are so beautiful. The trees will talk to you. They are alive. They remember. I've been talking to the tree in our yard about how old it is. I'm like, you're so beautiful. I was like, can you give me a high five yesterday? And it did. So anyway, connect with nature. Do your thing. Again, that's part of your gifts. More than likely, because we are here to reconnect people to nature, right? This current system that we live under globally is very extractive. It's very disrespectful to Mother Earth and women in general, right? We have Amber. I already said that. It reminds me always of the Jurassic Park getting stuck, but also being able to, like with this tree remembers, this is like living history, right? Like in the movie Jurassic Park, they use the blood from the mosquito to create, you know, the new dinosaurs from the park. So I wouldn't recommend that, but that's just what it's giving. Also listen to 311 Amber to work on your energy if you so feel if you feel so called to. I'm distracted because he's back in here. Labyrinth. It may feel like you're in a maze. It may feel like he's very much giving this sorrow card too, with like maybe there's too many choices. Again, just remember you're here. You're in the world, not of it. You know, you kind of get to a point in your consciousness journey where you can't really make any more wrong turns. Everything's a lesson, and you're like at peace with learning the lesson, regardless of what adventure you chose, right? There's always aspects of growth within every decision that we make. And once we get to a place of understanding that and kind of detaching from like the human aspect of it, right? Of like, you know, integrating our shadow enough to be able to do so. It just gets to this point where it's like, oh, okay, well, this led us here, but I don't really want to be here. So how do I get to that, right? That's all it is. I'm going to have to go. I'm getting really stressed out with all of the things going on. Thorn is next. Every rose has a thorn, no matter how beautiful things are or appear, aesthetically pleasing and whatnot. Baby? Oh, God, these kittens. Remember, that's how the devil works. We're going to take these 2 doors, and that's it. Okay, I got to get to mothering in some sort of capacity. I apologize for my firmness with my child, but he needs that, okay? Draw down the moon, the forest nymphs, I can't say this word, nymphs, dance in sheer delight, singing soft songs, find us in the wild, good night. There's a lot of unknown in this door. Don't be afraid of the unknown. Just be brave enough to walk it, right? I feel like the nymphs would have been more appropriate for this one, because when I think of garden nymphs, I think of the forest. Anyway, hummingbird's song, nectar of sweetness and joy it brings. The hummingbird's healing is medicine. As medicine, it sings. Maybe you want to put a hummingbird, that tree that I've been talking to, I have a hummingbird feeder in that tree in our yard. The hummingbird comes by. It 'tis the season. But I hope this helps. I don't really know. Regardless of what you feel, don't be afraid to be different. Oh, good. He's inside. Okay. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to stand in your truth. We need people to be doing things differently. Obviously, what is being done is not working. Okay? Not for everyone. And only for the people that are absolutely evil and horrible and deserve justice, right? Like, we deserve justice of, you know. And that justice is us creating a whole new world. A whole new world. Aladdin may be significant. Carpet rags, carpet munching. I'm getting knee, what are those carpet burns? Knee on your knees? I don't know. There could be some sexy shit going on. I don't fucking know. Enjoy yourself, but do the work. Have a good one.